Yo! Welcome to this week's show, the Crazy Gentleman Podcast. I'm your host, the Crazy Gentleman, and I guess welcome back. Took a little summer break. Had a whole lot of ups and downs this summer. I think the last time I spoke to you guys was over here at Fuel Cleveland. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I'm holding up my little... Whoa. I'm holding up my little metal plate that they give you for showing your bike there. So thank you to Lowbrow Customs and Mikey Revolt for hosting all of us Sportster, how would you say? Sportster, I don't want to say hooligans because that's already a thing, but for us weirdos on the dirt bike Sportsters. Oh, and also thanks to Biltwell for setting us up with the big helmet in front of the church. So anyways, this week's show is with the world famous FNA Customs. Eric Allard, I've looked up to this guy. Love his work for a long time. Long before I knew him or met him. A lot of mutual friends in the motorcycle industry always spoke very highly of him, and meeting Eric in real life did not disappoint. I spoke to him and we've texted for a little bit on the phone, bought some parts from him. He is also the proud owner within the last year of Morris Magneto. So Morris Magneto headquarters is now down in Florida. Not New Jersey anymore. And anyways, man, Eric didn't disappoint. And this week's show, we did this down a long time ago in the beginning of summer at the Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival. Once again, I usually take one good break every year, and I just kind of do it at my convenience when life is too insane. So this was my break, and I'm going to be catching up on a whole lot of shows here. But Eric is the first one back, and this is brought to you by the world famous Bare Knuckle Performance, bareknuckleperformance.com for the highest quality parts, 100% made in America, designed, sourced from American materials, and manufactured and assembled all 100% in America. Even if you just buy a shirt, what people don't realize is that is a huge support for a lot of these smaller companies, especially companies that are trying to manufacture in America. It's such a tight margin, man. Just buying a shirt or a hat or accessories, like Paul's got these knives. I don't know if he actually still has the mixed rider knives. They might have sold out. It was a limited number, but it's just an example of like, just because you're not buying a whole front end kit or like wheels from someone doesn't mean that a smaller purchase doesn't go a long way. So yeah, just get on there. Even if you buy a shirt, man. One of my favorite sweatshirts, my favorite hoodie is the bare knuckle shirt, the bare knuckle hoodie, I should say. And then my red bare knuckle shirt, man. It's like the fit of those. They're also made in America. Even Paul's apparel is all made in America, and the fit and finish is top notch, man. Go over there, support them. You don't gotta buy a whole freaking conversion front end kit or, fully blow out your FXR to support American manufacturing. So I hope you go over there and do that. Thanks again, Bare Knuckle Performance, for supporting this show from day one and all of my shenanigans. And while you're there also, take another little gander, open up a different website window, and go to Nine Finger Fabrication. It was nice to see Mikey at Fuel Cleveland, and I got a chance to hang out with him way too briefly, and I was way too drunk. It was my last time drinking before I take a little break. But yeah, go support Nine Finger Fabrication too. Good stuff over there. I love Mikey too. And Kenny's House of Horsepower for some crazy ass high performance stuff, dude. This panhead right here, that is this table. If anyone who's ever been to my house knows my panhead table. This panhead is very shortly going to Kenny's House of Horsepower. As soon as someone buys one of my damn bikes, dude. I still have that FXR4 for sale. Come on, man. I'm not going any lower. $12,000. That's the number. Come and get it. Thing is sick. The Indian Larry block party is in less than a week. Well, it's in a week now. But when you guys get this episode, it's going to be like 5 days away. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I should still have the bike by then. It'll be at the block party. If anyone wants to see it, and I'll let whoever wants it ride it home if you come with the cash. It could be yours at the block party. I'm also selling my 2020 Lowrider S. I could take that to the block party. You could ride that home. But if it was my choice, I'm taking the R4. That's what it'll be at the block party. If you guys, if any potential buyers like actually want to see that bike in real life, that's where it'll be. So, anyways, the point of that is Kenny's House of Horsepower for all of your high performance needs, engine and transmission rebuilds and vapor honing and some sort of laser wizardry. I don't know, man. I've been talking to Kenny for the last couple weeks on the phone, and he's got some big things in the works. So you guys are going to hear a show from him sometime soon. And he'll tell you about this like laser cleaning wizardry that he does. I don't even know, man. It's a whole nother business that he has. But I just found out today that apparently the laser zapper fucking machine he has works on motorcycle parts too. I don't know. He could explain it. It seems pretty cool though. I don't know of any other process that does this. So, anyways, Kenny's House of Horsepower, man. The minute I sell one of those bikes, this panhead is off to Arizona. So I'm excited about that, man. It is going to be rad as hell. The rest of the bike's behind me. And this thing's going to be in Sturgis, and I'm sending this thing across the country next year. I got some big plans for this panhead, man. I'm very excited about it. Very, very excited. And also brought to you by Twisted Road Motorcycle Rental Company. It is the damn Uber Eats, the Zillow, what's the other silly app, man? It's the Airbnb of motorcycles, dude. It's all of that, man. You just order a damn motorcycle and go ride it for as long as you want, as short as you want. Enter the code word crazy for 20% off, plus a free ride on your third day. I mean, come on, dude. Go get it. Twisted Road also this weekend. Amy, my lovely producer down there in Tennessee, will be hosting a Twisted Road ride. Some sort of a get-together ride. Hit her up on Instagram at Whiskey Eye. And you can ask her about all the details about that. But it's hosted by Twisted Road, and she's doing it. She's going to do her own little podcast down there. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of letting her run with that. And she's doing her thing down there. It's pretty cool. But, yeah, I think that'd be a good opportunity for anyone who wants to fly in East Tennessee, fly into Knoxville, do that ride for the weekend, whatever she's got going on with whatever events, and you can just rent the bike of your dreams and go participate in that. Pretty cool. And who else am I brought to me by? Who brings us here? Lexan-moto.com for the coolest concerts inside your helmet. You know what the most fun part about having music in your helmet? When you're just dancing on the bike, but also singing as loud as you can, like you do, I mean, like I do in my car, except nobody can look over at you like a freaking weirdo. when they see someone just vibing out in their car, or smashing their hands on the steering wheel because fucking Slayer's at full crank, or whatever. In your helmet, on the other hand, nobody knows what's going on. They just see a guy in a helmet. So that's kind of fun. Go get it, man. If you've never done the concert in your helmet experience, it's a trip. You're missing out. I used to actually not like to ride with music. I remember the first time I tried it with earbuds down in Florida. And then that very same day, I got a Street Glide rental. That it wasn't my rental. A friend of mine was renting it. I was the only one who rode down there, and then a bunch of friends flew in, and they all rented bikes, and we all rode down from like up by Clearwater down to Key West for a week, and then I went on for I did like another 15 days after that solo. But anyways, point is, I tried the earbuds on that trip. This was back in 2008, maybe 7, maybe 9, I don't know, around 2008. And my other time I rode back then was on one of those Street Glides with the radio on it. Also, my first bike with cruise control, which I also hate. But anyways, point is, I hated it back then until I got the Lexan unit inside my helmet. Game changer. The audio quality is much better, and you don't gotta fuck around with putting earbuds on, dude. What year is this? This is like 2002. Come on, buy it for your helmet. You're not gonna regret it. Punch in the code word crazy at checkout for 15% off. And that's all, man. That's who we're brought to you by, and I'm pretty rusty right now, so if I am forgetting someone, I'll get you on the flip. Enjoy this episode, man, and thanks so much for your time, Eric. It was such a pleasure meeting with you, and I can't wait to post some cool bikes of yours and videos I got down there, because the world should see your work. It's pretty awesome. All right, see you guys next week, or actually just in a few days. I'm going to be releasing like a few episodes a week here for the next few weeks. So I'll see you guys in a few days. And also, I'll see you at the block party. See you later. Cool. The fucking got the FNA. Yeah, it's fucking perfect, dude. All right, cool. It is perfect. Hell yeah! Welcome to this week's show with Eric Allard, FNA Customs. You were I mean, I've followed your bikes and shit for a long time, but. And I bought your parts before too. Yeah. I got your transmission plate on a panhead I'm building. Yeah. But you and another guy the guy I did earlier today, the podcast, were 2 requests from a good friend of mine. So I'm like, deal. I will talk to Eric. Now here you are, dude. Yeah. So my friend, shout out to Tim Howley. You know Tim? He's in Fit for an Autopsy. I think so. Okay. Yeah. He's at the very least, he's a big fan of yours. He's like, you gotta fucking talk to that guy. Awesome. So that's why I'm gonna start off with this question, because this was Tim's request. Okay. He wants, and we all want to know, whatever you want to talk about with that triple carb M8 headed fucking monster. What is the deal with that, dude? Was that like an idea you had forever, or like? No, honestly, I was gonna do like a Ducati head on an Evo or a shovel head bottom end, and then it just didn't really work out. Just the way I was gonna do stuff, and then I was like, well, the M8 heads are push rods, so in single cam, so it may not be too bad to adapt it. So, dude, that's where we started. But yeah, no, I wasn't planning on doing it for very long. It just kind of worked out that way. So I got another crazier question for you then, and I think you've done this before. You, in a nutshell, what you just said is it was the easy route because it was a push rod head. Right. Well, you originally wanted to do an overhead cam head. Yeah, overhead cam. Really? And then what? Run like belts? Run belts with cog. Yeah, but like Ducatis are limited with cams and stuff. It's like basically you're stuck with the stock cam and. Or custom grind. The Harley, yeah, well, custom grind, but the Harley
it didn't really, the bore and stroke didn't really line up very well because they were more of a short stroke and big bore for the Ducatis. That's what works good in those. But,
Okay.
so you wouldn't really get any advantage other than just the pull.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll try the M8 heads, and the Axtel cylinders are kind of like the adapter between the two.
Okay.
So,
dude, you fucking nailed the cool factor anyway. That is awesome, man. Yeah, so when you say the Axtel cylinder heads, that's kind of the puzzle piece that allowed you to machine both ends.
Well, it just
to kind of sort of work.
Well, they would bolt, the heads bolt straight to the cylinders, and then after a lot of machining, the bottom of the cylinders will go into the cases.
Okay.
But it just took a lot of machining and a lot of work to get there.
Obviously.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
I guess so. That's what they say. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was definitely true. It was a struggle, you know.
Are you friends with Warren Lane?
Yeah.
He says something that I fucking love, but when I see your bikes, I think of what he says too.
Yeah.
He goes, "Copy me, I dare you." You know?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes making shit work.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, man, it's wild. So like, all right, so adapting. So all right, is it an Evo bottom end?
It's
or is it a shovel bottom?
Well, it's a first year Evo, so it's basically a shovel, you know, because it's an 85, so it's a bottom breather. You know, it's just like it's first year Evo.
But is it a shovel flange on the bottom of the cylinder? I didn't even pay attention enough. I'm mind blown at everything else.
Yeah, it's the way the bottom of the cylinder is. It's like
it's the 4-bolt flange.
Yeah, 4-bolt
shovel head flange.
Basically, yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Into an Evo case, you know.
Okay.
So I had to, you know, weld up all the holes and then machine all that down, and then machine new holes in with bigger holes and move the whole crank over 150,000.
Really?
Yeah, because the stock cases, if you just bore, I had to do like a 4-inch bore for the in order to get the cylinders in.
Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah. So you had to move that whole crank over.
Yeah, so I had to move the whole crank over because where the lifters and everything are, if you just bore it out, and some people do that, they just bore it straight where it is,
Right.
but it leaves just a paper thin gasket area on the base gasket, so I didn't want that, so I moved it over 150 thousandths.
Okay.
And there's different pinion shafts that move it over, but they move it over a 1/4 inch for big bore cases and different stuff like that. So I had to take one of those and machine it so that it would only move at 150.
Okay.
And then,
God damn.
yeah,
And then
it was a lot of work.
I'm
I
assuming
ruined
also.
the pinion shaft.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Trying different shit. So.
Yeah. Is that also a custom? Did you have to do a custom grind can for that?
No, I didn't do a custom grind cam. I just talked to Andrews and they told me what cam they had would run the best, and I'm in the process of trying several different cams out, and then probably going to get one custom ground.
Okay.
After I figure out what I need, you know.
That's my biggest question to you. Since I saw that bike, I want to know, does it make wild horsepower with those M8 heads?
I don't know. I've never had it on a dyno.
Well, I mean, just riding it. Like, is it a ripper?
Yeah, it's a ripper, and it's loud. I don't know why it's so loud, but it's really loud. Loudest motorcycle I've ever had.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I've never heard it run, dude. I hope they catch it tomorrow or something.
It's
Oh
loud.
my God. Does it sound wild too, or just a typical
because
Harley?
Well, it's de-stroked and big bored, so it has like a 74-inch flywheels instead of the, you know, most people go with a stroker or at least an Evo, you know, 4 1/4, but I went with, so that way the motor's more square, so but it just sounds different, you know.
Right. With that short stroke too, does it just rev to the moon?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be so fucking fun to ride.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. And that was the other thing I wanted to ask you is the carb choice too. Like nothing you put, like everything is just like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? You know, like even the carb choice, you didn't go with like typical like just little flat slide Makunis, or like
No,
did you
I
just
like those
wanted
monoblock.
you just wanted like a
handles.
fuck you carb?
Yeah, they work good.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It's fucking wild, dude.
yeah.
Dude, when you were building that, when you got the idea of it, you guys stop here? We got another guest on the podcast. This happens a lot when I do these at the shows.
I'm sure, yeah.
Like, people pop in and out or whatever, man. When you were doing that, man, what was going through your head? Were you like, this thing's gonna make crazy horsepower?
I was just trying to make it all work, you know. So.
Okay. Okay. You're just happy with something that would run at a certain
Yeah,
point.
and I went with such a big board because the combustion chamber on those heads was so big.
Oh,
You
right.
know, so in order, if
Just
you,
for valve clearance and all.
well, just for if you run a regular standard bore, you're not taking advantage of that at all.
Right,
so
right.
You're just actually choking it off.
Right. Because what's crazy is too, like, I'm friends with, like, you know, Danny the Motor Witch out in Arizona. He's a big M8 guy.
Yeah.
He works with the FXR Division guys. They're all under the same building. But anyways, I've been talking to them, and Kenny House of Horsepower is a sponsor of the show. I've been talking to all those guys. I'm going to do an M8 FXR.
Okay.
And I want to dual carb it.
Yeah.
Kind of build something wild. But even they were telling me a lot of those big horsepower engines they make, they're not even porting the heads to get 150 horse.
Really?
They're just running stock M8 heads.
Stock heads.
And they say that even those heads for like a 107 and a 114s, they fucking overbreathe. Like,
Really?
yeah, that's why I've always thought of your engine through all of this, like talking to those guys. And I'm like, that thing, I just can't wait to talk to this guy.
Yeah, because it's like around 93 cubic inches.
Mhm.
So it's, a little bit smaller.
Yeah, that's plenty of head for that.
Plenty of head, yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of the head, you didn't do any like valve work or nothing, right?
No, I didn't do anything to it. Just put enough valve springs in to go with the cam that Andrews suggested, and that's about it. So
Damn, wild.
not
man.
not a lot there.
So like all of the first bike I ever saw of yours, I think I might fuck this up, dude. I talk to so many people. I see so many different bikes. The Glam Fairy.
Right.
Am I fucking that name up?
No.
That's it, right?
That's it.
That's the one with the twin mags, right? Or
Yeah.
the triple mags?
Twin mags.
Twin mags.
Yeah.
Where do you? Who's your like biggest inspiration for a lot of this? And I just came from Ron Finch's, and I think of him a lot when I see some of your bikes.
Yeah, he does some pretty off the wall stuff for sure.
Yeah, is he one of your bigger inspirations, or what are some guys you look up to?
I mean, just a lot of the guys that started out,
Yeah.
I've watched the Indian Larry and stuff, the build offs and stuff that they had.
How old are you?
44.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was always interested in that. Just like the simple chop down, just bare bones stuff.
Yeah.
It's just what you need, chopper.
Yeah.
Magneto fired.
Have you been in Florida your whole life?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to get Florida.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I know it's quite a bit different style from you, but like Billy and Warren Lane.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Billy Lane's bikes were definitely a big inspiration. We're different, He would just do all the stuff.
Yeah.
So, definitely.
Yeah. Is that your goal? Every bike you build, just like I call it the fuck you factor, but just like a wild factor.
I just kind of start with a few ideas and then just kind of keep going, and I don't really draw anything out or anything like that except for the rake and trail, just to get the basic geometry to make sure it's not going to be hard to ride or something like that,
Right.
But as far as sketching the whole bike out or anything like that, I just kind of let it flow and just have a few ideas. And just want to just go with that, It's like this was the bike I built, the FNA 8 bike, with the M8 heads and stuff. I just wanted to do the M8 heads, but I also wanted to do like full custom frame, and it has like castings everywhere, and it's like got the narrowed VL style Springer from Ivan Snodgrass. So there's just like a lot of just have different ideas and just kind of make it all work together.
Yeah. Do you build them all for yourself, or? Like, do you get to keep these things?
I do, yeah.
Cool.
So
Cool.
I used to build stuff for people, but I've just been focusing on the parts line, and especially now with Morris, just don't have time to build bikes, and just enjoy doing the parts a lot better. And then if I build a bike, and do it for myself and do whatever I want on it, basically. So
Yeah. So yeah, I heard you bought Morris Mag.
yeah,
And when I heard it, I didn't know you at the time or anything. But like I said, that Glam Fairy was the first bike I ever saw.
yeah.
And I said, that fucking company is in the perfect person's hands, dude. Like, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
do you have any plans of like doing some adding shit to the Morris line that's
Yeah.
like never been there?
Definitely, and there's some stuff that he was making that, you know, we may bring back, or, you know, there's several mags that, you know, he just kind of stopped making, and so yeah, we definitely want to expand it. Just trying to get a hold on everything right now, and
Yeah.
get it moving forward.
Yeah.
So
Like, we have a bunch of mutual friends, and I heard that literally the week that you were driving up there, like, you fucking moved that whole factory by yourself.
well, I mean, there was a few of us, but yeah.
But still, yeah.
It,
like,
it wasn't that big. I think there was like, he had it all in like 2,500 square feet.
right.
you
But
know,
I'd
so-
imagine there was like a lot of machinery and
There
shit.
was a lot
like,
of machinery, yeah. There was 5 CNC machines and a whole bunch of manual lathes and mills and all kinds of stuff. So some of it I sold out of there, and then some of it I brought back.
5 CNC machines.
5 CNC, yeah.
It's
I
a
kept
way
all
bigger
three.
company than I thought.
Yeah, well, they're older machines.
Okay.
You know, so it's not like they have like state of the art modern stuff. It's, you know, 80s and 90s CNC.
Okay.
But they still work. So, but he wasn't making every part. You know, he would have. There was a shop in Pennsylvania that machining stuff for him for like 20 years. So we've been utilizing them. And
Okay.
some other the same vendors he was using.
Cool. Did you have a prior relationship with them? Is that how that kind of like worked out?
I did. I had like 3 different mag setups of my own for shovels and Triumphs with the belt drive, and I had a really good relationship with him because I would buy everything from him, and my rotors were a little bit different, so I would send him the rotor shaft, and then he would populate it with the magnets and all that, and I would send it back. So we had a real good relationship.
Cool.
Over the years. So,
Cool.
Just worked out.
All of your parts made in America, right?
Yeah.
100% American made.
Not 100% because it's really hard to get electronic parts made here. But we try everything that we can to have
get
made
it.
here. But
Everything's machined here.
everything's machined here. Yeah, we cast all the lenses in house. Pretty much as we can. But,
Yeah, yeah.
But there's some parts that we don't have the infrastructure here anymore. It sucks.
Yeah, yeah. I never thought of that, like, because pretty much all the guys I talk to in the industry, it's hard parts.
Yeah.
I never
Hard
realized.
parts is easy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy to do made here. But you get electronic parts and different stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard. So just gotta need to bring some of the stuff back, but
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
Are you? Have you started up on your next build already?
No, I haven't.
No, he's wiped out from the M8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple of intake leak issues, so it worked sealed fine when I did it the first time, and I did it like the stock M8 and worked good for like 5 months, and then all of a sudden it developed an intake leak, and I could not get the intake to seal back up no matter what I did. So I changed it around and made it kind of like uses like my tight seal kit now.
Okay.
So I have these like made flanges with O-rings that bolt onto the heads.
Really?
And then they have a spigot that goes on like the tight seal kit, like
Okay.
for shovel heads. And I don't know if you've seen the intake seal kit we make.
I have. Yeah.
So it uses the same. It's a little bit bigger hose for the M8 heads, because they're a little bit bigger, but it seems to be working a lot better than any of the other ways I've tried. So.
Who's this guy that just pulled up?
He's Adam. He goes now.
Does he got a shop also?
No, he works with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and drag him in here. All right. Damn, dude, that's cool. So, do you have regular bikes like that you normally ride, or you just ride radical bikes?
I ride like mostly, yeah. Just try to ride whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
but I mean that's the point of them, I mean, they're motorcycles. They're made to go down the road, so I feel they need to do that. So
yeah. Do you so you do consider all your bikes riders? Like
yeah, I do definitely.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, and I never really thought of this either. I make a joke, like, unless you live, it's probably gonna piss people off, but whatever. I always make a joke, if you don't live in Florida or upstate New York, you shouldn't be painting your house pink. But the Glam Fairy is a very Florida bike. Dude.
It is.
It's a very Florida bike. I never thought of that. Your bikes are very Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy Josh from Fat American Choppers, we built that bike together, and he did the paint on it. So
cool.
He did whatever he wanted to do, but that's where the pink came from.
Is he down in Florida also?
He is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I guess in terms of your bikes, that one is a pretty, it's basic compared to the Radical.
Yeah, that was the first street bike I ever bought in 2006.
Really?
So then I bought that and then started messing with bikes a little bit. And bought this like GS 700 really cheap Suzuki, like a crotch rocket, kind of like an 80s crotch rocket. And then me and my buddy John cut it up. And that was the start of it there. So.
Cool. Damn, dude. So
that was like, 2008.
So you weren't like a young kid. What'd you do before bikes? Were you into cars?
No, I wasn't into cars. I was dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm not doing the math right now, but how old were you when all that started in that year?
I was
like 30?
No, 20s, late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you were young.
Mid to late 20s, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you're young enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that the only one that'll just never be for sale? Since it's the first?
Well, there's a few of those.
Okay. Dude, you're very fortunate, and the reason I ask that is like, a lot of these guys that I visit, like the guys that like started this industry, really, like Ron Finch is one of them. Or Dave
That's
Barowitz,
awesome that you got to go talk to
you
those
go to
guys.
some of these guys' places. My favorite places to go to are the guys that were able to keep their bikes over the years.
Yeah.
Or buy them back.
Right.
And now, when you go to their place, it's like their own personal museum, dude.
Right.
It's fucking awesome.
And all the stuff is there.
Yeah. It's
cool.
fucking awesome. Like, you keeping all these bikes, like, I hope in 20 years from now, you're one of those guys that,
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean,
that has his own
some of
little
them have
museum.
gone,
Yeah.
or some of them have been customer projects from before. I don't know if you ever saw the H2 digger, the two-stroke digger built.
I think you had that here.
I had that here.
With the Glam Fairy that same year, when you had the booth up by the barn.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw or heard of you or anything.
Okay.
Danger Dan actually dragged me over to your booth. He's like, you gotta see this guy.
Okay.
That's the first time. Like, he was also tripping out on your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him here for the first time. At the very first one of these events.
Cool.
And it was kind of cool because nobody showed up. It was just very few of us here.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and him got to ride around and just fuck off and
Yeah.
have fun, So.
Yep. So that would have been like you said, like 17 or 18.
Yeah, I don't know how many years they've been doing that. Is this the 7th or 8th one of these? Something like that. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
17, 16, 17. Yeah.
I thought I had a lot more questions for you, but it was really all that. I can't stand these motherfuckers.
I know. It's like, why do you have to?
You know what pisses me off the most? So this is what I say about that bullshit too. I blame the fucking twin cam for all that shit going on. Yes, because
they got the rev limiter, it can handle it.
And it can handle it.
Yeah.
It can handle it. Like,
they're not gonna blow their bike up.
Like, it kind of started, like, I think it started in the twin cam era, but Evo guys would do it,
Yeah.
But really, for the most part, like twin cams and M8s, they're bulletproof enough to just get away with that shit. You know, there's no way that shit was going on in the 70s and 80s.
No.
You know, like.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so I blame the twin cam for all that bullshit. And man, I had something else to say about that, but yeah, it pisses me off, dude. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. What pisses me off is I've never fucking seen anyone fucking blow an engine up doing that.
No.
That's what pisses me off. I'm like, dude, I just one fucking day in my life, I want one of those motherfuckers to explode.
People do it all the time,
Dude. Oh my god. It's crazy, dude. One fucking time I want one to explode. You don't even see them, like, you don't even see the twin cams blow up in the burnout pits.
No.
Which I don't want them to blow up in the burnout pits if that's what you're doing.
Right.
These rev limiters just randomly in the campground, dude.
It's too much.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Another thing drives me nuts, dude. I guess if this is gonna turn into what pisses me off podcast is when a guy starts a bike up with fuel injection.
Yeah.
And then he'll sit there and like, or like he starts it and runs it like he starts it up like he's starting like a carb bike. Yeah.
You gotta keep it warm.
Oh my god, dude, it drives me nuts.
It'll do that all on its own.
Yeah, just push the button, dude. You'll be fine.
It'll be good.
Yep. You ever think about building a fuel injected chopper?
No. I like carburetors.
Yeah,
me too. Definitely.
The M8 I want to do with twin carbs.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
It's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm gonna start it this winter.
What do you do for the ignition on that?
I got an Altman ignition. Actually, Bill Dodge is who turned me on to Altman.
Okay.
That's what he said he runs. Yeah, the German company.
Yeah.
He says that's what he runs in his twin cam choppers and shit.
Okay.
And I actually got the ignition as a little gift from Kenny's House of Horsepower.
Okay. Awesome.
He was gonna run it in one of his M8 bikes, and he passed it on to me. So I'm gonna run an Altman. Because Altman, their kit is meant to convert your M8 to carburetor.
Okay.
So the only thing I'm gonna it's made for it. The only thing I'm gonna have to figure out is just dial in the carbs, but I'm not worried about it.
Shouldn't be too bad.
No, it'll be fine. And I'm gonna wind up doing. I don't know if it's gonna be a full hand fabricated. I'm come from race cars before bikes, so I call it like a fabricated manifold. Like you ever see like the old hamburgers manifold, all like sheet metal manifolds they call them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something like that, and I don't know. I might have someone just fully machine the manifold, but I'm gonna try and hand fabricate one first.
Yeah. Are you gonna do like two separate?
I plan on doing twin
intakes?
42 Mikuni flat slides.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like how you have yours.
Share, so it goes into one plant.
Yes. Yeah. Similar to like what you got going on with the triples, but I'm just gonna have two.
I got you.
You know, and just feed into one plenum.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think I could just do that all sheet metal, and just take welded sheet metal, aluminum.
Yeah.
With the factory flanges.
Yeah.
I figured I'll spin the flanges on a lathe, make my flanges, weld them together, and then just make the plenum from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it should be too hard. I'm gonna try and avoid going the CNC route because that'll cost me a fortune.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think I'm gonna pick anything up from it.
No. If you can weld it together, it'll be good.
It'll work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. And I'm not really worried about like the super duper logistics of squeezing every ounce of horsepower out of it.
Right.
It'll naturally make a fuckload of horsepower.
Oh yeah.
As long as I can get it to run good and smooth,
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But
what kind of bike you gonna put it in?
An FXR.
Okay.
Chopped FXR.
Okay.
And that's the other thing too. That's what I was gonna say. You know how there's companies now they make plates for the newer bikes that say "fuck your carburetor."
Yeah.
I want to have plates made up that say "fuck your fuel injection." Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to figure out a way to put a Magneto on it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it if you want to use this thing as a test dummy.
Yeah.
But on this particular bike, I figured that Altman would be better. But quite honestly, unless you do want to use this as a test dummy, we could talk later. But,
yeah.
I do want to mag fire that pan head. I always wanted to build a batteryless kick-only pan.
Yeah.
So I do want to mag fire that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. One of those mags would be on that bike.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to not run a mag, kick only with no battery.
Yeah. All of your bikes are batteryless?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Just run a little battery eliminator.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to keep the lights on.
Yeah. I've always thought that was cool as hell.
Yeah, I think so. And then, you know, it just takes up so much less space.
Yeah. Yeah, it lets you really clean that thing up.
It does, yeah, for sure. So, tuck it in and do it.
I said 2.5, then my motor doubled.
People getting wild.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Is there anything you got coming up, like in the regular side of FNA parts line? Like, you always do unique shit, you know? Like, you got any other, like,
not
cool...
with FNA. No, not right now. Just, you know, we just released the mini Far E bike. So just keeping production going on that and everything else.
Yeah.
Gonna try to work on an oil line kit again. You know, I had one out for a few years.
What was that? What kind of kit?
It was just like a stainless oil line kit, but instead of going, some of them go in front of your push rods. This one comes up and tucks behind the push rods, so that if you have to, you know, take your push rods out for anything, you can do have to take the oil lines off, tucks it in a little bit neater.
Cool.
Need to get back on that.
Right.
For FNA and Morris, just keep going with the, you know, mags and maybe try to come up with he had a unit Magneto for Triumphs, and maybe try to bring that back.
Okay. Cool, man. I heard how you said that. Have I been fucking this up the whole time? Is it the Glam Far E?
No.
Or the Glam Fairy?
Glam Fairy.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the Far E is the light one. That's a regular Far E.
Right.
The mini Far E is just the same thing, but a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I do want to run one of those also. And I've been calling them the fairy lights.
Yeah.
Because of the bike. I didn't realize it was the Far E.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. That's
yeah, I don't know, because it was like we couldn't come up with a name for it, and the lenses are like French. They're Marchand.
Okay.
So they're originally made in France.
Is that the dude that does the cast parts too? Like the cast rocker boxes and shit?
No, that's EMD.
Oh, okay.
No, this is like they made these a long time ago.
Okay.
Like that light, the original light came off of a GT40 Ferrari.
Oh wow.
So that was like the fog light in the bumper. So it's pretty cool lens. So we named it that. So that's what was in the Ferrari. But like fairy in Italian, I think it means light.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a play on that.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Kind of weird, but
that's cool, man.
That's where it came from. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm always so like intrigued by some of the like the names, like this name and the fucking story behind it.
Yeah.
Some of the names guys name shit in this industry. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Right.
You know? Yeah. It's always a good story.
Yeah.
And to find a fucking Ferrari fog light, how do you like?
Yeah, I just stumbled across it on eBay, just trying to find cool lenses.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, it wasn't a lot of money because those cars go for millions of dollars.
Right.
So luckily, the fog light wasn't a lot of money.
Right. And luckily, you only had to buy one.
Bought one and then made molds from that. And then,
Right.
Cast our own lenses now. So.
Cool. Sweet, man. Well, we wanted to keep it short. We hit a half hour.
All right.
That works for me.
Yeah. All right. Good deal.
You want to just tell people where to reach you and stuff?
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram, FNA Custom Cycles, or Morris Magneto, or on our website, FNACustomcycles.com or morrismagneto.com.
Cool.
So.
Go get them,
Hit
dude.
us
Check
up.
those bikes out.
Thank you.
Copy them. I dare you.
That is funny what he says.
Yeah.